Today I want to talk about earning money by raising and selling piglets. And this is something that I have actually not done at all. What I like to do is buy a couple of piglets. My only experience with raising piglets was I'd actually already told one person I was going to buy a couple of females from her when I had another friend that had a breed that I wanted to try out. She had a couple of babies that she'd been trying to sell for a lot more money. They were Gloucestershire Old Spots, and I really wanted to try that breed. I'd read a lot about it. Anyway, she had a couple of babies that she wanted me to just come and get, and they're actually the most expensive pigs I've ever purchased. They were about $100 a piece. The others were probably $90. They were really good quality piglets that, if they would have been at a different time of year, would have been able to go to the fair. They were, they were good breeder quality. The thing was, is where I lived, I had zoning that was against breeding pigs, and also I didn't have like a good shelter for them. They were in a pen that was probably, I don't know, I want to say 20 by 25. It was really small for having 4 pigs, full-grown pigs in. Anyway, the first one of those Gloucestershire Old Spot pigs that we butchered the female because it was the, they were brother and sister. And so we butchered her, kept the other 2 females. But I have never had any kind of animal that I've butchered that when it was a dead carcass laying on my table that smelled so delicious. Gloucestershire Old Spot pigs. I hope someone in my area sees this video and starts raising them, because I would love to get a couple of piglets every year from them to raise. But anyway, it was the most delicious meat ever. And it smelled good even not cooked raw on the table. I mean, that's the only, well, I can't say it's the only time, but it's one of the few times that I've been able to get my family to eat something that we'd actually butchered on the same day. So they were happy to have a pork roast that night. Back to my story, I had these 3 pigs, and they were in an area that was too small. It wasn't covered, and one of my sows ended up having a little litter of piglets, and they were so cute and so fun. But it was wet and muddy and rainy and cold, and all of them died, and that wasn't any fun at all. Also, I felt like I was doing something illegal because it was against my zoning, and so I've had a bad experience with that. I'm tempted to try it again just because I've heard they're like one of the most hardy animals of all to raise, and I'm pretty sure that I could get at least $100 for each one of those piglets, even though they weren't pure Gloucestershire Old Spot. You're not supposed to call them Gloucestershire Old Spot unless they are purebred, but I think having part blood in them would still be something that would make the meat really good. And I think, I could get a reputation even if I never wrote Gloucestershire Old Spot on anything. I think if I had, a set of 2 or 3 females and a boar that was Gloucestershire Old Spot, I'm pretty sure I'd be able to get at least $100 per piglet. Just the experience with the people that I've purchased pigs from is their setup. Their setup is usually sturdy. They have to have very sturdy places to keep these pigs, because when they're full grown, then they're very strong, very heavy. The area that I had for my pigs had hog panels around the circumference of it, and then it had, like, what are they called? I-beams. It had I-beams that were going around the perimeter as well, because when they're little, they can just squeeze out of any little hole and they want to run away. And to me, that was fun. I liked the little pigs too. It was kind of a challenge sometimes to keep them in. But then on the side that hooked onto my chicken coop, we'd actually had to put boards across there because they could break through the chicken wire and stuff through there and end up in the chicken coop and go eat all the chicken feed. I was afraid they'd eat the chickens too, but they didn't. But anyway, that's the kind of setup that you need for pigs. One of the places that I purchased pigs from a lot had nipple waterers. for their pigs, and those were nice because they kept it from getting all muddy and messy. The other place that I purchased the pigs that I was talking about before, then she, I think, just had a trough water, and pigs like mud. I like to spray my pigs with water when I have them. I'd go out there and spray them almost every day and make mud for them, so I didn't mind the mud. But some people like to keep it more clean and dry. Anyway, if you live in my area and you start breeding Gloucestershire Old Spots, please give me a phone call because I would love to buy them from you. And if you found any of this information helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.